Okie dokie. Hola. Hola, hola, hola. Alright, I gotta look at something quick. Just so then I have this ready. Oh, I can't look, because if I do, I'll spoil the surprise. Hola. Alrighty. I am back to teach more Spanish. Sadly, it has finally came to the part which I don't want to teach because, I just don't want to teach this part. Because it's like, I don't know, I just don't like teaching this part. Just split my screen out to Europe. Nice, nice. Oh, yo, shoot. Okay. Elizabeth coming in with the Spanish. Wait a minute. Hmm. Hold on. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. It's probably bad that I can't translate that, even though I'm in Spanish too. I'm not gonna lie. Which is why this is even better for me because then I get a nice little recap on everything. Such a basic thing that I can't understand. Well, I understand every single word. Or isn't that meant to be? Isn't that one meant to have an H with it? Make a new profile pic? Sick. Braino, yeah. Unless if Ablar is a thing, but I'm pretty sure. I don't. I don't remember it being a thing. It could be. Honestly, I can't. Do not call me. I just don't remember if it is. Anyway, waste like 1 hour. Alright. Hola. Alrighty. Clearly, I should get this moving on now. I'm just gonna go over the basics real quick, going back over like a small little review of what we did. Um, So of course, first stream we did the alphabet. Second we did those numbers and whatnot. We're gonna get to higher numbers, like I said, when we get to money, which is not gonna be for a while. Then we went to the calendar, the months, and then also the days of the week. So, and then we also did very basics conversation stuff. So, just saying hello, stuff like that. Then also saying basic questions like what's your name, what do you call yourself, uh, what my name is, and all that good stuff. Then we practiced a little bit. Then we also did basic conversations with endings, so saying goodbye and whatnot. And I think that's pretty much where we left off at. So now we get into the real stuff. Oh, whoops, I guess there was something else. Never mind. Now we're getting into the actual stuff where I have to teach y'all something. So, sadly, I don't want to do this because this stuff sucks. Um, okay, I was meant to work on it a little bit today, but I got kind of lazy, so I did not work on any of it. Hello, Jason. Right? I can't remember who's who. Not gonna lie. He's a turtle and as his brand. As his band. I fatal. Uh, I think I have. I guess not. Nah. Yo, what the flip? Not even his live streams and thumbnails going crazy with them. Holy cow. I was about to say, like, pay. Huh? Paymals, right? I don't know. Really? Dang. Well, I don't think I don't think when I get into the VTube community, I'm gonna associate myself with anybody else. Not because they're all terrible. No, there's some pretty good VTubers out there that I watch myself. So, which I will admit, there's one I do watch. Then there's one I kind of just like watch clips of every now and then that I can like whenever I see of them. So, but enough of that. I must get back to the speaking Spanish, because that's sadly what I gotta do. Alrighty. So, conjugating. Huge thing when it comes to Spanish. Okay. So to conjugate a verb means to change it so that it agrees with the subject. Yes, I'm going to be reading everything that the slide says. I'm not going to read the second one because it's, I don't know, just that English doesn't really typically conjugate that much, which is true. We don't really do that. So what you're seeing right down here is a verb. So these are the verbs, and there's a whole lot of them. Lots of them, sadly. So this one's a pretty basic. This is like the first one we started off with. So this is gonna be the first one I'm starting y'all off with. It's sir, which is to be, which is like am, is, are. So that's not meant to be like that. That's not meant to be like that either. Oof. Okay, so this was meant to be up here, so it's meant to say we are, and this is meant to say y'all are. So oopsie. These arrows are also not are meant to be there. I messed up a little bit. And then there's also meant to be arrows over here. Okay, seems like I was not fully prepared for this. I'm sorry. Sorry for my lame excuse of teaching skills. Yo, Eternal. Hello, hola. So yeah, sorry about the arrows. They're meant to be pointing from L, Ella, and Usted to S. Sadly, I don't know why it's doing that. It was not doing that before. I think I may have messed it up or something. So, feeling is yes, I quite do. I know them from. I've seen some of this stuff, but I also know them mainly from Drumsy. So, anyway, so going back to the verbs. We got yo, tu, el, ele, usted, nosotros, or nosotras, depending on the gender. Vosotros and vosotras, as well as ellos, ellas, ustedes. So, yo is I, which just pretty much means I am, and what you would use with it is soy. Pretty much, you put this at the end of a word that needs to be conjugated. So, yeah, what's up, Agent T? Any questions or something? Doesn't have to be Spanish related. I don't really care. No. What if the person's pronouns are not he, she, or they? I don't know. Low key, I thought you were gonna ask me if they were not he or she, because I was just gonna say they use they. But if they're not neither of those, I don't know. No clue. I'm not that skilled in Spanish. I only know the very basic minimum. 31? Yo, talk about the biggest catfisher of all time. Holy smokes. No, I don't know what you would do. I can do my own research into it for next stream. Whenever I do the next Spanish stream, if I ever do a next one. So. You know, there's it or Bugs Bug. She turns 19 or 22. I don't know, but honestly, if she's like if she low-key passed 25, I'll go with her. If she's like 27 and up, low-key, she's starting to catfish everybody with the avatar she has. But yeah, Agent T, I will have to do my own research on that. So yeah, then going back, 2 is you informal. It is still used commonly though, so which is pretty much just eres, which is you are. So these are uh hold on. I don't know why I didn't put that. Those are the subject pronouns. Yeah. Sorry about that. I didn't put that down. Someone called me a boy today and I got happy. Alright, congratulations. That's very nice. Two, says, Eris. Now, a good way that I remember two is by saying to you. And I don't know why that just kind of stuck with me. To you. Kind of rolls off the tongue. Pretty easy to remember, so. Yo, I. That was also pretty easy to remember, so. Not really much tricks to remember those, I guess. Next one is Ella, Usted, which is he, she, and you formal, which all go to S, which is he or she is. Give me 5 minutes more. All right. Now we're creeping up to one that we do not use, but that's okay. I'll still teach it. Anyway, but before that, we got Nosotros, which is my personal favorite, actually. I like Nosotros. If you were to ask me any of the subject pronouns, Nosotros. I love Nosotros. Maybe he is. Like from Splatoon? Unless if that's a VTuber, then I don't know. Not that I know of. Nosotros is Somos, which honestly I also like. Nosotros just has a really good thing going on for it that I like, which is we are. So it's a group of people, and you'd be like, yeah, we, or something. I don't know. Whatever you like, whatever you're trying to say. The VTuber? No, I do not know who that is actually. It sounds familiar. Nah, I don't know them. Oh, guys. I'm about to say something. Now, we do not say this ever in Spanish. No, I do not. I only watch like one person. I don't know a whole lot of people. I'm not that into the VTuber community. Anyways, what we have next is Vosotros. Now, they only use this in Spain or something. I think it's only Spain that they use it in. Now, for my purposes, we are going to be using this because I don't care what other people say. It's still something. If you learn it, I'm going to make y'all use it. If y'all choose to participate in the activities. So yeah, Vosotros is y'all, which is you all. And then be sois, which is y'all are. So. About what? I did not know that. I did not know that Finland's mom had a YouTube channel, actually. Actually, I think I did. I remember seeing... Yeah, I think I did. I don't think... Swear words? I don't know. I don't think I'm going to be teaching any of that. Course. Oh. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be... What does that even mean? Like, teaching swear words? I'm not going to be teaching swear words. Eternal. I'm not going to be doing that. Unless we're trying to say something else. Unless you're just saying course, like, gosh darn it, or something. Oh. Yeah, I did not know that. Oh, guess we learn something every day. And sadly today, we learn about Finland's mom's YouTube channel. Not something I was expecting. You guys think if I make it big enough as a VTuber, I'll meet with Finland? That's how you pronounce the name, right? Like, just Finland, like, as in the flag or something, or the country, right? If not, I'm gonna sound really stupid. But good thing I'm not teaching y'all about VTuber names, so. No. Who are these people? Wow, you sure know a lot. It's either you know a lot or you're just looking them up. I gotta stay focused. And then, of course, for the last ones, we got Elos, Ustedes, which is they masculine, they feminine, and then they formal. Which they all go to son. They are. So yeah, pretty nice, pretty nice. You know them? Wow. Next one. Adjectives. Yes, reading. How's that? In English, our adjectives usually typically come further than noun that they modify. So, it's like the big red ball. Or the big ball, just to make it more simple. You put it before the big ball. In Spanish, though, they usually come after. So you would say the ball is big. That's usually what you do. Not all the time. Sometimes there's like a different case. I don't think I've ever met a case like that, but majority of the times you just, you put it after with a few extra words in. So review our thing. No, sprinkle first? I don't think so. Oh, wow. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure? Huh, 47 minutes of them reacting to JoJo's Bizarre's openings 1 through 11. Is that all I have to do to get big, guys? Do I just need to be reacting to anime openings? Does this mean I don't gotta be teaching Spanish? I don't know them either. You know these? Holy cow. You are quite educated in the field of VTubers. I am not. Alright. Oh. If a regular adjective describes a masculine, it will end with an O. Which you guys will be seeing very soon, actually. Though, of course, if it is a feminine noun, that it is describing, it will end with an A. So, they do have some specific rules, but I don't know. No and no. I do not. Oh, no, I said no to that. Yeah. I'm not going to try to pronounce that one. But I don't know the one you just put. I only know, I don't want to mix them up with the femboy. Because the thing is kind of like this one femboy's name that I may or may not watch as well. Because, hold on. Oh, Milky Meal. That's the only one I really watch. Milky Meal. Here. That's the only person I watch. When an adjective describes a singular noun, it will be singular, of course. And then if it's describing a plural noun, it'll be plural. So, of course, easy peasy. Now, all Spanish adjectives are modified to agree a number with the noun that they are describing, even if they are not modified to agree in gender, because sometimes, never heard of her, dang. I don't know how I saw them. I think I just saw a random video of them reacting, and I was like, yeah, sure, why not? So, I'll stick around. What's DI? What? DI, your profile pic? What do you mean DI? Are you saying what is my profile pic? is. Oh, someone made me that based off my first profile pic I had. I originally had the moon as my profile pic, but someone when I was playing Splatoon, they asked if they can do a fan art of it, like to make an OC, and I was like, why not? And so I kind of just stuck with it. So, because I thought, I mean, I'm happy, you know. This was only like when I had around like 50, maybe less than 50 subs. Yeah, be my guest if you want to. If you're gonna make a profile pic, do it based off a moon, off like the moon. That's pretty much what my thing is. But because if you scroll down my community post, you will see that I added them and saying thank you. So I will just tell you who I'm sub to, not all of them. Dang. Anyways, to make nouns and adjectives plural in Spanish, add s if it ends with a vowel. A-E-I-O-U. N-S. I mean, and Y. Holy cow, I'm stupid.
Greetings, side.
Hello, hello.
Alright, thy cube is present.
8-bit Ryan. Never heard of that person.
Eh.
Alright, and then if it ends with a consonant, so everything that's not a vowel, you will need to add es to it to make it plural. Alright.
Go make grilled cheese.
Ooh. Again? Nice. Astro? Or asteroid? What do you mean, asteroid? Astro? What does that mean? Mino intelligento. Oh, yo, no intelligento. Gente. Never mind. Oh. Anyway, so these are some adjectives that I have. And I was gonna put a practice slide, but I forgot to. But these are pretty much just some of the adjectives with what they mean. So arboreto, boring, bird, stuff like that, pretty much. Pretty simple. Divertido, fun. But do not trust me with like pronouncing these correctly. Some of these. Alto is tall. Pretty easy, tall. Mediano, medium height. Which is actually pretty funny. Why don't they use that in Starbucks? Can I get a mediano? I feel like that'd be so much simple. Starbucks could learn from this. But yeah. Do you know a cookie? I do not. I do not.
Anyways, I is make grilled cheese.
Make grilled cheese, nice. Me gusta grilled cheese. I don't know how to say grilled in Spanish. Make a weird noise. Ah? Like that? Do you know Alan Becker? Actually. Yeah, I do. Yes, I do know Alan Becker, actually. I used to love watching his stuff, and I actually came back to watch his newer stuff. You do? Heck yeah. Alright, Bajo is short. By the way, don't, for the next one, it was not meant to be a capital A, but this one over here got freaking capital S for some reason. So when I copied and pasted it over here, it of course was a capital A too. And simpatico is also meant to have an A with an accent mark. So, and then Dibble is also meant to have an accent mark on them. Some of them I just did not put accent marks on. I will fix that next time. Probably not, to being honest. Alex the New sounds familiar, but I don't think. No, I do not. Alright. So antipathic. It's not really how it's spelled. This. Yeah. So there's no I by the way before the A. The A that has that accent mark. Oh, that's the only A. Wait, what? Oh yeah. So the A. There's no I before the A. I don't know why I put that. Not very ID. I do not. So it's just meant to be so it's meant to be like simpatico, except there's not meant to wait, there's not meant to be a T there either. Why the flip did I add a TI? Yeah, stupido. Alright. So it's pretty meant to be like simpatico, except it's meant to be antipatico, which is mean, and then simpatico is nice. So of course these are kind of just like showing you what one thing is and then what the opposite means. So we got boring, fun, tall, medium, sure. I did kind of skip some of these though, just so I can show you some odd ones out with the endings, which is over here. We got malo, which is bad. Then we got bueno, which is good. I don't know, I actually said malo before. Sorry about that. Do you know an amazing story? I don't think I do. Ooh. No, I do not. Yeah. Alright, we got guapo, which is handsome. We got bonito, which is beautiful. So, yeah. And then we got feo, which is ugly. Yeah. I know them, but I never watched them. We are in his closet. But what? And then we got Atletico, which is athletic. And then we got, of course, Perezoso, I believe is how you pronounce it, which is lazy. I'm not entirely sure. I'm not gonna lie. We got Freta, which is strong. Oh, what the flip? And then we got Debil, which is weak. Asian half squat. I actually have never heard of that. No. So I just go show you how many different tastes people have. Which is nothing wrong with that. It's honestly kind of nice. Popular or popular. You guys will never guess what this one means. Can anybody guess what popular means? I bet no one can guess this. It's like top tier hard decisions. Spanish school 3. Oh, I didn't realize you were typing in here. Why did you just, you know, I don't think Eternal's even in chat anymore to do this. I'm studying. Alright. It means popular for those that didn't know. We got intelligente. Can anybody guess what that means? Anybody? Just gonna look. I'm not gonna look at my closet. Do you know backflip? I don't believe I do. Nah. What the and then Intelligente means intelligence or intelligent. For those that didn't know. Viejo is old. And then delegado is thin. Now, of course, because of time restraints, I don't have. I sadly do not have enough time to finish this. But I will do this one. Oh yeah. Do not play that song. If that's us playing, I'm gonna be like real mad. No! Oh my gosh. Present. From beginning. Okay, hold on. Experiencing some technical difficulties. Hold on. Alright. We're gonna practice conjugating these. Because we can. I don't know how well we're gonna do this. Back Jack? I don't think I do. Nah, I don't know that one. So, wait, let's do this. Can you? I'm trying to see. No, good. What the fuck? Alrighty. I don't got anything good to help make y'all practice. I ain't gonna lie. So, I think we can call it there, maybe. Una momentum. Let me go way back. Back before time had a name. We're not there yet. Oh, here we go. I don't got nothing else to teach. Hold on. I'm looking. Escucha, actividad de escucha. Oh, I hated hearing activities. Bro, hearing activities was the worst thing. What do we learn next? You guys want to learn about family next, or what? We can. Yeah, Vosotros is Nuestro. I forgot about these. Column tells you which is so if you're using if you're saying my and singular, it'd be me. Oh, so this is adjective possessions. Okay. Oh man. That's like if you're possessing something. Or fluffing Google Doodles. No, it has to be Spanish related. I'm trying to find basic stuff to make y'all do. But unfortunately on Friday. It's not Friday yet, but I will do that on Friday. I've not forgotten. Don't worry about that. If I make my promise to Eternal that I will do a Spanish stream just because they suggest, I will do that too. Alright. That's family. At the beginning, what the flip? How to use word reference? Oh. Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, in Spanish, we had to like choose a Spanish name that we'd use for the rest of the year, and mine was Benjamin. That's not my real name, but that's like my Spanish name that I chose. It's pretty. I only chose that one because I had a friend named Benjamin, so I thought that was pretty funny. So that's why I went with it. Now in Spanish, it'd be Benjamin because. Gotcha? What about gotcha? Oh my gosh. Hold on. Nah, never mind. I thought I knew that person for a moment, but no. Ooh, I'm very guapo. Yo soy guapo. Yo soy muy guapo. Would be yo. That'd be yo soy muy guapo. I'm very. I don't know how to find all the practice and whatnot. So Big Surf. 77. This shit does. Big Surf. Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I could show you what I used to watch. Ooh, y'all wanna? I'm not gonna do it today, but would y'all watch me reacting to a chemistry video? It's about like an hour long. I'm making a playlist of this. Playlist of what? What type of playlist? What playlist we talking about, Eternal? Of what?
Grilled cheese accomplished.
Ooh, send a pic in the Discord. Here, I need to make a photo. Text. Food. I don't know. I didn't think of making this one. How do I add emoji? There you go. I'm gonna put pizza. Permissions. Huh. What is it? There. I made the food channel. I thought you said you were gonna react to Big Surf. Oh no, no, no. It's a chemistry video. You gotta go. All right, bye, Eternal. Have a good night. Do you know? Oh, I've never watched those stuff, but I have seen them. Yeah, I've seen this stuff, but I never watched it. And speaking of playlists, because Eternal brought up, I do have a playlist of all my streams of Spanish and other stuff. So if you ever need to refer back to the stream, I categorize them pretty easily. Like, really easily. Anyway, Blue Monkey sounds familiar, actually. Oh my gosh, yes I do. Holy cow.
Anyways, grilled cheese pick is in the
Ooh, really?
Discord.
Sick. Where's it at? Where's it at?
Don't mind my physics homework. It's
No,
doing its own.
yeah, Agent T, I think you might need to help him. I gotta look at this. I don't think I see a whole number in sight. Oh, never mind, I see a one.
There should not be a single number in there.
There's
Bro,
ones, there's fractions.
Oh, never mind. There's a 1 in there. And there's a 2 and there's some exponents, but
Exponents don't. I said a whole number, so exponents don't really count. W grilled cheese. It has a bite taken out of, but it will. Can you see the food pick channel? The food photo.
Do we have a food pics channel?
I just added one.
Food photo.
I just added it since if we're gonna, I don't know why I didn't think of that. That's such a genius thing. Oh yeah, I watched that guy. I watched that guy a lot actually. Right. I was meant to show y'all something. Hold on. Alright, here. I mean, I got. Ooh, you know what we can always do? We can always. I might just start doing chemistry streams, and we're just gonna be watching chemistry stuff like Neil Red, because that guy makes some pretty cool stuff. Nile Red, I think.
Nile Red. And Veritasium does some cool stuff.
Yeah, he's still doing stuff. He's last one he made was 2 weeks ago, making liquid nitrogen from scratch. Turning children's glue into drinkable
Veritasium's
alcohol.
video on the board was one of my favorites.
Which one?
Veritasium's video on the making of the Japanese sword.
Where's that one at? I don't think I've seen that one.
No, that's a very good one.
You know what we should watch, guys? We should watch turning children's glue into drinkable alcohol. I think that'd be really educational for us to learn. Croy X Kitchen, I don't watch him, but I do know who he is. Alright, I keep on getting distracted. Here, let me here, I need to change my account real quick so y'all don't see nothing. Alright, Big Surf. No. Alright, let me switch the properties real quick. This is straying away from Spanish, but this is very... This is needed. This is the video I'm talking about. It's about an hour long, but it's really nice. I've been watching this about... I can't remember when I watched 3 years ago. I think I guess I watched it when it recently came out. Because I remember watching this like a few years back. So I guess around the time it came out, I watched it. So Kid Narfies, maybe. I've seen some of this stuff. Oh yeah, I think I might have watched one or two of the things. You think my little brain can do this? Nah, Agent T, you can do that. I believe in you. To quote my favorite ninja. Wait, you don't have to actually do that. Oh dang. Well, Hollow, looks like you're gonna get help with your homework.
I have don't worry, I have tomorrow to finish it.
I do not know that one. It's like 9:28. I think I should probably end stream because I'm not doing anything. Freaking my foot. Gosh dang, I feel bad for those people that were first to wear those small shoes. Holy cow. Cannot imagine the pain they were. And I forgot.
I mean,
specific.
Hey, at least it's not the Chinese that were like deliberately breaking your feet.
That's the one
So
I'm
you can
talking. That's what
real
I'm talking
small
about.
shoes.
That's exactly what I was talking about.
Oh.
Yeah, cause
Oh yeah, that's
yeah. Which I cannot imagine doing that. Like, yeah. Keep streaming. I don't know what else to stream. This is a Spanish live stream and I'm done teaching y'all Spanish for today. Unless y'all want to watch turning drinkable glue into, turning children's glue into drinkable alcohol.
How about Veritasium making the Japanese sword?
Okay, when was
And
that?
if you can, put it up on Discord as well.
Okay, when was that one? Like around what time? When was that?
1 year ago.
1 year ago. Okay.
It has about 19 million views.
1 hour ago. Oops, I'm past that. I went to 9 hours. 9 years ago. 8 years ago. 7. What's this one? Hold on. Turning my own pee into medicine. Oh, I watched that one. You said it's 1 year ago?
1 year ago, 19 million views, 391 likes, 391,000 likes.
Is this by Nile Red or is this by someone else?
Veritasium.
Oh, okay. How do you spell that? Never mind.
VER.
Oh, it's
I.
this guy. Yeah, I watched some of this guy's stuff. Alright, let me find it. 1 year ago.
Or you can also just go to the search bar and put in sword under his channel.
I very much could have done that actually. Do you know Gainer Boom? I do not. Oh, Gabe Grubb. I know Gabe Sweats, but I don't know. I don't think I know Gander Beam. No, I've not. I don't think I've seen any of his stuff. Looks pretty cool, but
Well,
alrighty. On behalf of Request of Hello, I'll be watching this. And then after that, I will be in
This
Extreme.
is a video about how Japanese swords are made.
Oh yeah, you want me to stream this in Discord too?
yeah.
Alright. This is gonna like... I think my PC can handle this.
Swords that are strong enough and sharp enough to slice a bullet in half. The access we got for this video is incredible. We were able to film everything from gathering the iron sand, to smelting the iron, forging the sword, to sharpening and polishing it. They even let us use it.
That is so cool!
The method of making these swords has remained virtually unchanged for hundreds of years, with everything done by hand. They are still considered to be among the best in the world.
The Japanese made a weapon that was the absolute pinnacle for their style of warfare and the materials they had at hand.
These swords are held in such high regard that one from the 16th century has been appraised at
I do not
$105
know who that
million,
is.
making it the most
I don't.
expensive
Damn.
sword ever built.
Dang!
$105 million is
In the
crazy.
Shimane province of Japan,
Heck yeah, that is.
there is a smelter
That's a
that
lot
is
of money.
used for only one night each year, where steel is
Now
made in the
AGT
same
is trying to
way
get
it
your
was
attention and chat.
1300 years ago. It's known
Oh,
as the
add in YouTube
Takara
chat.
method, and only steel made in this way
I was not in the
ends up
chat.
the very best Japanese swords. And we were invited to come film it. Just after 9 a.m.,
Agent T, join the
ceremonial
Discord call if you want to
prayers
talk to me.
are said, and the fire is lit by a Shinto priest. Everyone that will be working the smelter will be here for at least the next 24 hours.
Dang.
That includes Veritasium producer Peter.
I'm committed. We're gonna do this. It's gonna be fun.
Sword making in Japan goes back about 3,000 years, but in those days swords were made out of bronze. We're not sure how people first learned to smelt metal, but it was likely related to pottery.
In that you were using these rocky ores to make glazes and such for pottery under very controlled atmospheres. and then maybe the potters found metallic beads in the bottom of the furnaces that they were firing it. This possibly gave them the idea.
Bronze was discovered before steel because it's an alloy of copper and usually tin, both metals with low enough melting points that they can be smelted in regular pottery kilns. The problem with bronze is that although it can be sharpened, it's too soft to hold an edge for long. So Japanese sword makers shifted to steel 1200 years ago in the Heian period. This is what most people would recognize as a Japanese sword. It's made of steel with a curved blade. Steel is an alloy of iron, the fourth most common element in Earth's crust. The oceans of the world used to be rich with dissolved iron. But 2.5
Hollow,
billion
you
years
made
ago,
was
cyanobacteria
spring
started
cleaning of finding
photosynthesizing
my
and creating
headphones.
oxygen. The iron reacted with that oxygen, precipitating out of solution to be deposited at
Okay.
the bottom of the ocean.
Anyways,
Incidentally, the
You wanna know something
cyanobacteria
really
were
sweet?
poisoned by the oxygen that they themselves produced. So it's thought
Hang on,
that
I
when levels
hear
got
you at
high
all.
enough,
What the
they
fuck?
died off. And as a result, oxygen levels dropped and iron no longer precipitated out of solution. Then the cyanobacteria could multiply again and the cycle repeated. That's why most of the world's iron is found in layers of sedimentary rock called banded iron formations. Each layer of iron was formed during a global flourishing of cyanobacteria that infused the ocean with oxygen. The majority of the global iron supply comes from these banded iron formations because of their high concentration of iron, up to around 60% iron oxide by weight. But Japan, with its mostly volcanic geology, has barely any of these sedimentary iron oxides, and this is likely why the country was late to the steel production game. Archaeologists have found steel artifacts in Anatolia, which is modern-day Turkey, that are nearly 4,000 years old. But in Japan, metals, including steel, were imported from China and Korea up until the 8th century, when Japan started making its own steel. So where did they get the raw ingredients?
Caves.
Well, igneous rocks like granite and diorite still contain iron oxides, just in much lower concentrations. But as the mountains are weathered, these iron oxides are broken apart and washed downstream. Eventually, they become part of the sand.
Oh.
The Japanese noticed that because iron oxides are denser than other minerals in the sand, they accumulate in places where the river changes direction or speed. The heavier iron sinks to the bottom and the lighter material is washed away.
I learned about this in this one anime.
To amplify this effect, they deliberately created diversions in the river to increase the concentration of iron.
What you do is you dam off a section of river and then you drag sand into it. Because iron is heavier than the other parts of the sand, it is the thing that gets left behind and everything else gets washed downstream.
With this method, you can get iron sands with 80% iron oxides by weight. That's more concentrated than high-quality iron ore. And since it has fewer impurities, it's an excellent source material for high-quality steel. If you heat up those iron oxides to over 1250 degrees Celsius, you can break the bonds with oxygen and get pure iron.
Yeah.
But pure
You wanna know
iron
something
is
really
actually
sweet?
softer than bronze. So in its elemental state, iron provides no
Someone
advantage.
called me a boy today
But
in
nature
public,
gave
and I
humans
was
a
very
lucky
happy.
break. One of the few ways you can heat something up
That's
to
cool.
1250 degrees
Yeah,
is
that's
with
all I have to say.
charcoal.
Anyway, sorry for
And
whispering.
charcoal is basically pure
Now
carbon.
I go bye-bye.
And if you add
be in
just
chat,
a
though.
little bit of carbon
Bye-bye.
to iron, it creates an incredibly strong alloy.
Did you say someone called him a
Steel.
good boy?
You
That's
know,
why
I
he's
can see
happy.
it as a heat process.
No,
I
I'm
see
pretty
it
sure
as
she
a
just said
chemical
someone
process.
called them a
Alloys are
boy.
usually stronger than pure metals because they contain different sized atoms.
Not a good
And
boy, just
this
like
reduces
just a
the
boy.
ability of atoms to slide past each other when an external force
think.
is applied.
I see.
So I've just been given gloves, other gloves,
And
and a
it's-
towel. So things are very much getting real. I'm genuinely quite worried. And here is the room with all of the charcoal that we're going to be using
Wow.
overnight. There's just bags and bags of this stuff. There's a Buddha saying, before enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. After enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. I'm here. Okay. So we're lining up on the four corners, I guess. Whoa. Oh boy, didn't do a great job of that. So the rain is coming, so we're quickly getting all of the charcoal out and then measuring it. So each bag of these is 10 kilos. Okay. So with the iron sand, it is mixed together with water, because if you don't mix it with water and you put it on the flame, it just flies straight up. But if you mix it with too much water, then there is water that's going to heat up, it's going to become water vapor, and the whole kiln could explode. Terrifyingly enough, they do this by feel. They mix in enough water until the iron sand is clumpy, but again, if it's too much, the whole thing could explode.
My ears itchy, is that good? I don't think that's like a sign of disease or anything. You should be good.
Itchy ears. Yeah, you're fine.
Okay, put some iron in. It is just past 4 in the afternoon, and over the last couple of hours we have added 250 kilograms of charcoal and nearly 60 kilograms of iron sand. So yeah, it's a slow process, but I think we're
It's
starting
like
to get
500
somewhere.
pounds.
I have no idea, because obviously the thing
Yeah,
is hidden,
that's a lot of pounds though.
but it should be growing.
To achieve the high temperatures required to make steel, you need a strong, steady supply of oxygen. For hundreds of
Yeah,
years,
you can't
this
go
was
too
provided
fast.
by huge foot-operated bellows.
Learned
It
this
would
from
have taken
Dr. Stone.
an around-the-clock, full-body effort by many men to maintain the furnace's temperature.
When I came here, I was a little bit sad that the bellows were electric. I really wanted to, you know, have this proper experience, have this proper workout of stepping on these bellows for 24 hours.
The temperature inside the smelter gets up to 1500 degrees Celsius, just
Oh,
below the melting
yeah.
point of iron, which is 1538 Celsius. So the iron being smelted isn't liquid, but it's soft and malleable enough to clump together into a big block of iron. No matter how high quality the iron sand is, there will always be some impurities, like sulfur, phosphorus, and silicon oxides. They combine with carbon from the charcoal and melt at a lower temperature than iron, so they become liquid and flow to the bottom. This is known as slag. After many more hours of adding charcoal and iron sand, it is
Your
time for
bone
the
hurts?
first removal of the slag.
Getting my arm.
Before the first removal of slag, another prayer is said.
Bone cancer, maybe? Not really sure about that one.
Insane.
You can barely hear me. Is this better?
So for the last 3 hours, there's been 3 processes that we've been doing. 1 is adding the charcoal, 2 is adding the iron sand, and 3 is opening up the smelter from the bottom to break apart the impurities so they can flow out. Just want you guys to know that it's 3:16 in the morning and I'm still here and I'm really sleepy. So it's currently 6 o'clock in the morning the next day. We've been smelting for 21 hours. I'm exhausted, but the sun is about to come out and
That's
it's been
beautiful.
pretty amazing. I gotta be honest. We gotta close these doors really quick before they get mad at me.
At 9 a.m. the next morning, the smelting is complete.
Nice.
A total of 614 kilograms of iron sand and 670 kilograms of charcoal were added to the smelter. At this point, in a traditional smelter, the only way to get the steel out would be to break it apart. These days, a crane is used to take the smelter apart.
Oh, wow, okay. Oh!
And what is left to show for all that hard work is a 100-kilogram block of steel, iron, and slag. Only around a third of this block is high enough quality to be used in sword making.
Oh, that's insane. That's so cool. The result for all the hard work.
Your leg. I
This
mean,
is step one.
I guess
of
legs can
making
get
a
itchy.
Japanese sword.
Yeah.
The steel is sorted by quality and carbon content, which is also done by eye. In fact, this is one of the exams you need to pass to be certified as a swordsmith. Then the different grades of steel are sent out to one of 300 swordsmiths around the country. Only 30 do it as their full-time job. And one of them is Akihira Kokaji, who we went to visit next. This is when the forging of the sword begins. In a coal oven with hand-pumped bellows, the steel is heated until it is soft and malleable. Then,
mean,
using hammers,
I don't see
the
why
master
not.
swordsmith flattens
It's probably just
out the
irritated
steel.
from the pencil.
In the old days, this would have been done by the swordsmith and 3 apprentices. The swordsmith, using a smaller hammer, would set the rhythm, and the apprentices would use big mallets to flatten the steel.
Whew. That was terrifying.
These days, electric hammers are used. When the
Okie dokie.
steel is flat enough, it is then bent back on itself.
To get folded.
Yep.
Thought so.
And it is then hammered again to press the steel back together into a solid block.
I think I learned that from Demon Slayer.
So
Yep.
why go to all this effort, flattening the steel only to fold it back on itself and end up with a chunk of steel the same size as before? Well, because
if you can guess
folding
why.
does 2 very important things.
Guess why what?
First, it spreads out
Why
the
they fold it.
impurities like silicon, sulfur, and phosphorus. It spreads them out throughout the steel. This ensures a uniform consistency without any weak points.
Well, I guess
Second,
they just told you.
It gives the steel a green.
Oh.
After
I was only
folding the
gonna say
sword,
to make
is
it have no
now
weak points. I was just
reinforced
gonna
in the
say
direction that it will be hit in combat. And as a
pretty
bonus,
much that,
the
just like to
steel
like
is
reinforce
exposed to
it,
the
just to
air,
make it like
so there
stronger.
is a small amount of
That's what I was
oxidation,
gonna guess.
creating a darker colored steel,
Yep.
which when folded makes
Yep.
beautiful patterns.
Yeah, back. Oh,
There
you
are
did change your
some
profile
swords
pic.
which have more than 1 billion layers. Now this doesn't mean the sword has been folded 1 billion times, since every fold doubles the number
Sorry
of
about that.
layers. So you only need about 30 folds to get 1 billion layers. But usually a sword is folded 10 to 13 times, resulting in a few thousand layers of steel.
Oh, I
Now,
was.
a
Oh,
blade isn't made from a single block of steel.
So I was
the
correct.
Carbon content affects how hard the steel is. So different carbon percentages are used.
I was
in
thinking about the
different
amount of
parts
times it's
the
folded,
blade.
and I was right.
Because
Or
carbon
1,000
atoms are much
times.
smaller than iron atoms,
Yeah.
they can fit inside the crystal lattice of iron. These trapped carbon atoms then apply an outward force to the lattice, putting the steel under stress. The higher the carbon percentage, the harder and more rigid the steel. But this hardness comes at a cost. The steel becomes brittle, making it more likely to chip and shatter rather than bend. So what swordsmiths do is they use steel with different carbon contents for different parts of the blade.
Oh.
The edge is always high carbon steel to make it hard and rigid so it can maintain a sharp edge for a long time. But the spine is usually made of lower carbon steel, which allows the sword to flex without breaking. This is done by welding together pieces of steel with different carbon contents.
So we have about a 15-minute break because, you know, it takes a while for the iron to heat up and then meld together, and then we're back in there.
It's very hot. It's very, very hot in there. It's kind of unbelievable that he can do this for 4 hours at a time.
After the sword is hammered into shape, which is a straight blade, it is covered in a layer of clay, a thick layer for the spine and a thin layer for the blade itself. It's then heated in the furnace and then rapidly cooled in water, a process known as quenching. And because the layers of clay have different thicknesses, the rate of cooling is faster for the edge than the spine. When the steel is heated, carbon enters the iron lattice, and since the spine of the sword is covered in thick clay, it will cool slowly, giving time for the carbon atoms to leave the iron matrix. This will lead to a very low carbon steel called ferrite, but the carbon atoms which have left the matrix will be caught by other iron atoms and create a type of steel known as cementite. The combination of ferrite and cementite is known as pearlite, and it's a mostly soft and ductile form of steel, though parts of it are hard due to the cementite. So pearlite forms the spine of the sword. In contrast, the very thin layer of clay on the blade means that it cools very rapidly, so more of the carbon is trapped in the lattice. This forces the lattice structure to change from cubic to tetragonal, making a form of steel known as martensite. Since the trapped carbon puts stress on the lattice, martensite is incredibly hard, exactly what you'd want for the edge of a sword. The tetragonal lattice structure of martensite also takes up more space, so the edge of the blade expands relative to the spine, curving the sword backwards. The iconic curve of a samurai sword comes from the formation of martensite. You can actually see the boundary between different types of steel in a finished sword by the difference in color. This is known as hamon, which literally means edge pattern.
At the Victoria Albert Museum in London, there is a Japanese sword that has a very detailed little dragon in the hamon, and I've looked at it
All right,
many
Agent
times,
T.
but I don't
See you
know how to
later.
get that.
Have a good night.
About 1/3 of all blades shatter during the quenching process.
You quench it once, and you thank the stars that you made it.
The sword is then placed back in the forge to evaporate any remaining water. This also provides a little bit of energy to loosen some of the crystal structures, making the sword less brittle.
And that's about the extent of the tempering process on a Japanese sword, which that might be enough to relax things a bit, but they kept the edge much harder than you would have in the West.
After the sword is forged, it is sent to a polisher. The polishing and sharpening of a sword is also done by hand, with whetstones of different coarsenesses. It can take a month to sharpen and polish a single sword.
One of the things that I love is that this table is sloping down and the entire floor over there is sloping down. So when you add the water, all of the residue and all the water, flows downhill. So it's not perfectly flat.
Sometimes the swords are also engraved with beautiful patterns, though this is
Oh,
quite
that's
rare.
beautiful.
It's
Then,
rare
after
though.
all that, the sword is done. To learn how to use a Japanese sword, Peter got a lesson from a master, Takara Takanashi. He is the 10th generation student of Miyamoto Musashi, a legendary samurai.
Oh,
Musashi killed his first opponent in single combat at the age of 13. He spent the rest of his life
Damn.
perfecting his sword fighting, inventing a new technique with 2 swords.
this is actually kind of crazy to
Musashi
think
fought
about.
in more than 60 duels to the death, and he won every last one of them.
Oh.
There is a story about a duel that took place during a snowstorm. As he faced his opponent, katana outstretched, Musashi was so calm and kept his sword so still that snowflakes began to accumulate on the thin edge of the blade.
Damn.
So during the lesson, I thought I would get to use a katana, but instead we spent the entire time learning how to take the blade out of its sheath and then put it
Because that's
back
very
in.
important.
So when I actually got the chance to use a katana to slice through some things, I was deeply unprepared.
Well, it's like it's your turn.
I'm so scared. Okay, so this has been an amazing day. We've looked at some beautiful katanas, and now these wonderful people are letting me use one of their just unbelievably beautiful pieces of art to chop some things. Like, this is kind of the best day ever.
There really is something remarkable about Japanese swords. The amount of care, attention, and expertise that each step requires, from the gathering and refining of the iron sand, to the smelting, to the forging and sharpening a sword, each step takes so much time and skill. It's incredible that all these things were discovered by trial and error to produce artifacts of such high quality that they are still prized centuries later. Before I made this
Yeah,
video,
that
I
was
didn't
nice.
really appreciate that swords can be art. To me, it's a good reminder that whatever you do, you should do it with deep care, attention to detail, and love for the craft. Do that enough
Like,
times,
this.
and you might just make something beautiful.
Holy smokes.
Hey, this part of the video was brought to you by Henson Shaving. You know, making
I don't know if I want to get all that. I don't know where that's gonna take me. Alright.
Henson Shaving. It's a razor brand.
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I know it's gonna be like Razor Brand, but the fuck just fell out. I knew it was gonna be Razor Brand, but I just didn't know exactly what type of razor it was gonna be for her. So.
Face razor.
Oh, okay.
I don't think most of the audience actually would be using a razor yet. So they probably don't need to see it.
I mean, I do. I need to get a new one. I think the one I have, like the blades are Dolan. Though, with the way I treat it, I'm not surprised.
I don't even want to know what the way I treat it means.
Like I kind of smack like the top of the blades, so I think I kind of like dull them myself. Yeah. Anywho, guys, that's gonna be all for the live stream, and thank you, Harlow, for that video. It's actually a really nice video, honestly. I like that.
Best stream.
X game right now. Oh, that's nice, AJ. Tomorrow I'm gonna be doing something. So.
We should get a Minecraft server together.
Okay. You can do one for free, right? If you have like a certain
There's definitely places for free Minecraft servers. I don't know what they are though.
I know on PC if you get a excuse me, I forgot which one it was. But you can. I need to ask someone because I know they made one once. But that'll be all, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Goodbye.